Hello GRE students, it's really exciting that we are about 25% into this massive playlist that is the GRE Big Book Quant series. As I keep saying, there are 54 videos in this, 27 tests, and we are just about wrapping up the sixth test. So we are somewhere approaching the 25% mark, and it's a lot of fun for me to create these videos. I hope you are also enjoying these videos. If you are, please like, subscribe, comment so that I get some motivation. Having said that, you know the drill. We are going to look into one particular test in this large big book cont series of tests, and that test is today test 6 section 4. And I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to solve those questions, but I do recommend that you pause the video whenever a new question appears and you try to give it a try on your own before you get into the solution. That is the best way for you to practice this material. Okay, so without much ado, let's get started. All right, let's get started. So as you can see, we have test 6, section 4, 30 minutes, 30 questions. Okay, let's look at the questions. Question number 1. Okay, I have this expression, long expression, to be compared with 257, and I see that these are the same digits, 257 and 257. Okay, so but they also have this base of 10. Basically they are converted this into the hundreds place plus the tenths place plus units place, that kind of a calculation. Basically 200 plus 50 plus 7, which would be 2 into 10 raised to 2 plus 50 into 10 raised to 1 plus 7. Okay, now I have something similar here. Okay, if I compare this and this, I see that the powers here are bigger. So here I have a 3 power, whereas I need only a 2 power. I have a 2 power here, whereas here I need only a 1 power. So this number has higher powers of 10. So this number is going to be bigger. Answer is going to be A. Or you could also do, just simplify this. Okay, 2 into 10 raised to 3. 10 raised to 3 is 1000. So this is 2000 plus 5 into 10 raised to 2. So that's 5 into 100. That's 500 plus 7. So the number here is 2507, which is getting compared with 257. So answer is going to be A. Okay, question 2. X and n I have to compare. N is already given to be 3. So this is 3. This expression, let me put n is equal to 3. So I get 7n, that's 21, plus x is equal to 23. So x is going to be 2. Okay, is there any complication here? Zeros, negatives, no complication. So it's straightforward. 2 to be compared with 3, answer is going to be B. Okay, so question 3, 1 by 4 of 5. How do we write of? So I write off like this, correct? So basically 5 by 4, which is going to be, let's say 5 by 4 here. Okay, and here is going to be 4 by 5. Okay, now which number is bigger? 5 by 4 is greater than 1, 4 by 5 is less than 1. So answer is going to be A. Column A is bigger. Or you could also do it in decimal values. You could also do 5 by 4 is going to be 1.25, 4 by 5 is going to be 0.8. Or you could also do a comparison like this, 5 by 4 to be compared with 4 by 5. I do a cross multiplication, I get 25 here. I do a cross multiplication, I get 16 here. So this fraction on the left is bigger because the number on the left is bigger. Okay, either way you will get answer as A. All right, let's move on to question 4. Question 4, x minus y, y minus x. All right, what do I know? I know that this relationship is true. So without taking in numbers, you can obviously take numbers and figure it out, but a logical way would be, now x minus y, x is smaller than y, right? X is smaller than y. So x minus y is going to be negative, and y minus x is going to be positive. So answer is going to be B, right? Or you could also take numbers. For example, 0, 1 and 2, 0, 1, 2. So x minus y is going to be minus 1, y minus x is going to be 1. Answer would be correct. Answer would be B. All right. Let's look at question 5. The number of bonds that were purchased for 2,500 the number of bonds that were purchased for 3,500. Okay, now this is quite tricky question. They don't, I mean, they are not telling us whether we purchase them at the same time. So this is bonds, right? The price of the bond could be changing. Uh, for example, let's say when I bought number of bonds for 2,500, the price of the bond was 2,500. I got one bond. When I bought 3,500 bonds worth 3,500, maybe the price was 3,500. Again, I got only one bond, right? Is that the case? In that case, the answer would have been C. Or maybe the price of the bond was always 100, or we bought it at the same time, right? In that case, obviously I'll get more bonds here because the number is bigger here. In that case, answer would be B, correct? I don't know which case that is. Whether, I mean, essentially what I'm saying is I don't know whether the cost of the bonds is changing or not, because that is going to be a factor in our calculation. I don't know that, so I cannot determine. It's a very tricky question. You don't assume that the cost of the bond will remain the same, or this comparison is to be made with a constant cost, considering the constant cost for the bond. Okay. Question 6, the volume of a sphere that has radius 4, volume of a sphere that has diameter 8. Now these are two spheres, one with radius 4 and one with diameter 8. So let's get everything in radius because all the formulas and radius. So diameter 8 basically would mean radius is 4, which is the same thing here also, right? That means we're talking about two different spheres of same size. The volumes is going to be the same. Answer choice equal, right? So answer choice C. Okay. Okay. Question 7, A, B, C are consecutive odd integers, not necessarily in that order. Okay, not that order. How do I do this? Let's take an order and we'll just figure out. Let's take this order, A, B, C. Okay, A minus B is going to be minus 2. These are consecutive odd integers, right? For example, 1, 3, 5. So difference in each consecutive one is going to be 2. So here I get minus 2, B minus C, I get minus 2. So one possible answer is C, that is both of them are equal. Or obviously if the answer was order was like this is going to be different. A minus B is going to be minus 4 and B minus C is going to be 2. I could have also got the answer choice as B. I don't know what that order is. I can't really determine. Answer is going to be answer choice D. Okay, let's look at question 8. The length of QS, that is this. All right, length of QS and 8. Length of PR is 12, and I see that this is an isosceles triangle. Okay, 10 10. So that means the base, the altitude, that is QS, divides the base in equal halves. So this is going to be equal to this, and together it's 12. That means it has to be 6 and 6. Okay, so now if I look at this triangle, and you will remember my comment from previous several videos, this is the classic Pythagorean triangle, right? So the answer, the height here has to be 8. If you didn't know that, you can still calculate. 100 minus 36 is 64, right? So Pythagoras triangle would be 36, square of this plus square of this equal to square of this, right? So don't, but if I know two sides, I can calculate the third side. It will come out to be 8. So height here is 8. Is that what they are asking? QS, yes, QS is 8. Here I have 8, same quantities. Answer is going to be C. Okay, question 9, x to be compared with 0. All right, x is modulus of minus x. Interesting. Now modulus, sorry, x is negative of modulus x. Okay, modulus x is always positive, right? So this person is always positive, a negative of that. That means x is a negative number. Okay, for example, minus 5 is equal to negative modulus minus 5, right? Modulus minus 5 is 5, negative of 5 is negative of 5 here, right? So x is a negative number, that much I know. So I have a negative number here, I have a 0 here. 0 is going to be greater than negative number, so answer is going to be B. Question 10, the altitude of a certain triangular sail okay, a triangular sail, altitude of that, that is the height, is 2 meters greater than the length, greater in length than its base. Okay, let's say if the base is x, so the altitude is x plus 2, right? Sail is altitude is 2 meters greater than the base. Okay, the area of the face of the sail is 24 square meters. Okay, so what's going to be the area? The area is going to be half into base, that is x, into height, which is x plus 2. Okay, that is given to be 24. Okay, so let me bring all numbers on one side, so I all letters on one side, so I get x square plus 2x is equal to 48. X sorry, x square minus sorry, plus 2x minus 48 is equal to 0. Now this is a quadratic equation, I need to solve that. How do I solve that? I'll split 48 such that the sum of those two numbers, that the product is minus 48 and the sum is 2. So 48 I can split into 8, 8 6 are 48, right? So I can split it as 6x minus 8x, correct? So x square plus 6x minus 8x, so that will give me 2x. Okay, I need 2x, right? Sorry, so I need to split it as 8x minus 6x, okay, minus 48 is equal to 0, right? So let me take x common, so I get x plus 8 minus 6, I get x plus 8 is equal to 0. So either x is going to be minus 8, x is going to be minus 8, or x is going to be 6, right? X is equal to minus 8 possibility doesn't exist here because we are talking about a distance, so x has to be 6. Okay, now what do I get here? The length of the base of the sail, that is x, so this is 6 uh, to be compared with 4, right? Answer is going to be answer choice A. Okay, so let's look at question 11. Minus 1 raised to 77, that's going to be minus 1. How do I know? Because anything raised to 1 is going to be 1, and the sign is going to alternate. For negative 1, for odd powers is going to be negative, for even powers is going to be positive. So here you have an odd power, so I get a negative, so I get negative 1. Same thing here, 2 raised to 3 is 8, but what power? Negative raised to 3, negative raised to odd power is negative, so here I get negative. So I get minus 1 times minus 8, negative negative product is positive, I get 8 to be compared with 8. Answer is equal, the two quantities are equal. Answer choice C. Okay, question 12, RT to be compared with 13. Okay, so this to be compared, uh, what do I have? RS is ST, okay, is equal to TU is equal to UR. All right, so all those are same as 10. So it's a rhombus with 10, but I know the angles? I don't know the angles. Okay, so it is possible that this angle is, let's say, 90 degrees. Okay, in that case, this is going to be again Pythagorean triangle, right? This is 10, this is 10, so this is going to be 10 root 2, which is root 2 is 1.4, right? So this is going to be 14 something. So here if I compare, is going to be answer choice A, because 14 is bigger than 13. Okay, but it doesn't have to be 90 degrees. Let's say if it's a very small angle like this. Okay, in that case, this is going to be, this could even be 1 units, 2 units, could be a very small number also, right? So in that case, 13 is going to be bigger, and this answer is going to be B. Okay, I'm not able to determine, so answer is actually going to be D. Okay, they have not given any angles. That was the point in this question. Okay, question 13, x by y is equal to half, y by z equal to 12 by 5. Okay, two different ratios. Let me always pick numbers that fit both of them. X, let's say, because y is given to be 12, right? So let me just write this as 12 5, and I pick x such that x by y is 1 by 2. So I pick x at 6, right? So x by y is 1 by 2, 6 by 12 is 1 by 2, and y by z is as given 12 by 5. Okay, so all of them now fit in this frame. X, y, z positive numbers. Okay, x versus z. So x is going to be 6 units when z is 5 units. Okay, 6x, 5x, that kind of thing. Okay, and they are all positive, so I don't have to worry about negative numbers. Okay, so 6x is always going to be bigger than 5x for positive numbers. Okay, so answer is going to be A. Okay, let's look at question 14. The area of a circular region with diameter x. All right, circular region with diameter x. If this is diameter x, so radius is going to be x by 2. What's the area? Pi r square. R is x by 2. Okay, so this is basically x square by 4 multiplied by pi, whatever that number comes out to be. Okay, maybe we'll have to simplify that, we'll see. This is the quantity on the left side. The quantity on the right side, area of a square region with diagonal of length x. Okay, so this is a square, the diagonal is x. All right, if diagonal is x and these numbers are same, right, so all the sides are going to be x by root 2. How do I know that? Okay, pretty standard. Let's say if the side was a, this is going to be a, this is going to be a, so this diagonal with Pythagorean theorem is going to be a square plus a square, that is 2a square, root of that, so this is going to be root 2a. Okay, so the ratio is basically you divide the hypotenuse by root 2 to get the side. Same thing here, divide the hypotenuse by root 2 to get the side, right? So x by root 2 is the side and I need the area, so x by root 2 into x by root 2, that's going to be x square divided by 2. So I need x square by 2 here and x square by 4 into pi. Okay, how do I bring it? Okay, let's get everything. Okay, let's put value of pi. There are different ways of doing it, I'm just doing it one way. X square by 4, pi is 22 by 7, right? So basically that means x square 22 by 28. Okay, and this is on the left side. Right side I have x square by 4, so let's get it as like this, x square into 14. Let's multiply everything by 14, so I get 14x square, and on the bottom I get 28. Why am I doing this? Because I get everything divided by 28. Okay, if everything is in sort of looking similar, then I can compare. This is same quantity, so on left hand side I have 22x square, right hand side I have 14x square. These are all positive numbers, so 22x square is bigger, so that means A is bigger. Okay, I need to do a little bit of jugglery to uh, sort of compare the two. You could have done it uh, with a different way also, in a different manner. If you wanted to compare the two, you could have done it. Okay, let's look at this question. Question 50. On July 1, the ratio of men to women in club X was 9 to 20. Okay, so let's say 9x men, women were 20x. During the month, that means in the month of July, 2 additional men and 2 additional women joined the club. Okay, so now it became 2x plus 2 and 20x plus 2. Okay, no members dropped out. All right, so this is at the beginning, this is at the end. The ratio of men to women, that is this ratio at the end of July, and half. So I have to compare like this, 2x 9x plus 2 by 20x plus 2. I need to compare that with half. Okay, so how do I do that? Let's say x was, it depends on the value of x, right? Obviously. Uh, for example, let's say x was, mm, 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 how do I simplify this? Or equal compared to x. Okay, so let's do it cross multiplication way. I think that would be the easiest way. Okay, so for them to be equal, this quantity has to be equal as this quantity. Okay, let's say, so so this is 18x plus 4 to be compared with 20x plus 2. Okay, can I compare that? So basically I'm losing 2x, so I'm gaining 2x when I go from here to here, but I'm losing 2. So basically I'm comparing x with 2. Do I have any information about x? I don't have any information about x, so I'm not going to be able to calculate this. Okay, another way to verify that is to pick numbers. Let's say we did have, actually the simplest number is 9 and 20. I had 9 and 20, 9 men, 20 women, right? 2 joined, so I got 11. 2 women joined, I got 22. The ratio actually was 1 by 2 in that case. Answer would have been C, right? Let's assume a different number with the same ratio, 9 to 20. Let's say I had 90 men and 200 women. Okay. In that case, I'm going to get 92 women, 92 men, 202 women. Okay. The ratio is less than 1 by 2, because uh, 1 by 2 would mean I would need 101 men. I have fewer men, so this ratio is going to be less. Answer is going to be B. I'm getting two different answers. I can't determine. Answer is D. Okay, you could have done it that way also. Okay, let's look at the other questions. Question 16. If x is equal to 3, then one solution to the equation x square plus 2x minus 20 is equal to 4. Uh, then r is equal to what? Okay, simple. X is equal to 3. Let's write this. X square is 9 plus rx, so that is 3x minus 20 is equal to 4. This is the solution, right? So this has to, equation has to make sense. So what do I get? So 3x is equal to 4 plus 20 minus 9. Okay, that means 24 minus 9 is going to be 15. 3x is equal to 15. X is equal to 5. Okay, answer choice D. Let's verify if x is sorry, r is equal to 5. I'm sorry, this was r. All this while this was r. X is already substituted x. So r is equal to 5. Sorry for that. But let's put this. X square is equal to 9 plus rx is going to be 5 times 3 is going to be 15 minus 20. So this is 24 minus 20 is equal to 4. Correct. Making sense? Answer is going to be D. Okay, question 917. If the value of a certain fraction is equal to 0.4, okay, and the denominator of the fraction is 15, okay, so there is some numerator divided by some 15 is equal to 0.4, then the numerator is what? N is equal to 15 into 0.4, which is going to be, let's forget about this decimal. 15 into 4 is 60. Let's put the decimal here. So N is going to be 6. Answer choice A. Pretty straightforward. Question 18. X and Y are there on one line. Okay, so x plus y is equal to 180. That much I know. In the figure above, the ratio of x to y is 3. So if this is x, this is 3x. Okay, together is 4x, but that has to be 180 degrees because they are on this line. Okay, so 4x is 180, x is equal to 45 degrees. Okay, now what is the value of y? Y is going to be 3x. That's going to be 135 degrees. Correct? The ratio is 1 is to 3, and they all add up to, both add up to 180. So y is 135 degrees. Okay. Oh, sorry, I think the ratio I took it as wrong. I didn't read it properly. Okay, let me just do this again. That's a big silly mistake I just did. Okay, I misread it as 1 is to 3. Don't do that mistake. Okay, so let's approach this again. Figure above, the ratio of x to y is 3 is to 2. Okay, so this is 3r and this is 2r. Total it is 5r is 180. So r is equal to 36. So 3r is going to be something, 2r is going to be something. Okay, what are they asking? Value of y. Y is equal to 2r. So 2r is going to be 72. Answer choice B. Right? I almost did a silly mistake here. If that answer choice was actually there, that would have fallen in that trap. Okay, so be careful. Okay, let's look at question 19. What was the original price of an item if discount of 20% reduced the price to 100? Okay, not buy. Okay, always be careful whether it is buy or to. Okay, so I am giving 20% discount. Okay, that means I am selling it for 0.8 of that. whatever the original price was. So 0.8 of the original price is equal to 100. Okay, so what is the original price? Original price is 100 divided by 0.8. That means 1000 divided by 8. It's going to be 125. Answer choice C. Okay, let's verify. 125 is original price. 20% discount of that is going to be, let's divide that by 5. That means 25 rupees, $25 discount. After discount, it becomes $100, right? So all this is fitting in. Answer choice C is going to be the correct answer. Question 20. The number of connections C that can be made through a switchboard to which T telephones are connected is given by the formula this. Okay. So if there are T telephones, you put the value of T in this, you get the number of connections can be made from those many telephones. Okay, this is a formula. How many more connections? Okay, how many more connections? Interesting. More connections are possible with 30 telephones than with 20 telephones. Okay, so if I get T is equal to 20, I get what? I get C is equal to 20 into 19 by 2, correct? 20 T into T minus 1, 20 into 19 by 2. If I have T is equal to 30, I get C as 30 into 29 by 2. How many am I getting more here? That is the question. So basically I have to find out 30. I'm trying to avoid the calculations. Let's see if I can get some trick here. This is the number I need to calculate. I am not able to get anything. Okay, I mean I can divide. Okay, 15 into 29 minus 10 into 19. So that is only one calculation I have to do. 15 into 29 is going to be 290 plus 145, right? So this is going to be 435. 435 minus 190. That means it's going to be 245. 245 more connections. 245 more connections. Correct? Just verify this again, uh, so that we don't fall into any silly mistake. Okay, this is correct. This is 15, this is 10, this is 190. 15 into 29 is this. This looks good. Okay, I think this looks good. Okay, so answer choice B. Okay, let's look at questions 21 to 25. 1977, 78. Okay, some kind of a time thing. Textbook inventory for schools X and Y. Schools X is here, school Y is here. By year of purchase. Okay. So what they're saying is, in this year, 1977, 1978, the inventory for school X was 1500 books. Okay. I think it is books, number of books. Let's say this number of books. Out of those, 15% were bought in 1970, 10% were bought in 1971, 19 were bought in 1972. Okay. Same thing here. For school X, this particular year the inventory was 2000. Out of that, 12% was bought in 70, 8% was bought in 71. Okay. So does this add up to 100? All books were purchased on July 1st of each year. Okay. 25, 25 plus 19. Okay. Does that add up to all 19? Sorry. Does that add up to 100? So this is 20. This is 46. So 20, 46, 19 and 25. Okay, does that all add up to 900? Yes, it does. This 137 300. Okay, so this adds up to 100. Okay, that means there was no purchase of 77 78. There is no graph here for 1977 78. That's what it means. Okay, it's a very different type of a graph. Okay, interesting. Let's see what questions we have. What percent of school Y in textbook inventory was bought in 1975? Okay, Y, how much was bought in 1975? 21%. Okay, what percentage is percent, right? I don't have any absolute number. I mean, I can calculate absolute number, but are they asking percent? Yes, they are asking for percents. Okay, so it has to be 21%. Okay, question 22. In school X, how many of the inventories textbooks were purchased prior to 1976? So school X prior to 1976. Okay, school X prior to 1976 is going to be X prior to 1976. That means X, uh, all inventory minus 8%. So that's 92%. Okay, 92% was bought prior to 1976. Do I need percent or do I need actual number? So I need the actual number. So basically, out of 1500, only 8% was bought in 1976, which is going to be, okay, so 8% I can write it as 0.08. So basically, I'm looking for 15 into 8, 120. 120 were bought in 1978. How many were 1976? How many were bought before? So that is 1500 minus 120. That's going to be 80 here. 20, 1380. Sorry, 1380 were bought before 1976. Okay, let's see 1380. I have 1380 here, right? Little bit of calculation here, but otherwise straightforward. You could have also done it this way, 1500 into 92%. That would also given you the same number. Okay, so that would have been 920 would be 10%, and 920 and 15 per 460. Okay, so 1380. We could have done it that way also. Okay, question 23. How many of the inventoried textbooks were purchased by the two schools combined during the years 74, 75, 76? Okay, and I need a number in absolute numbers. Okay, 74, 75, 76. Let's do for X and then do for Y. So 74, 75, 76, 74, 75, 76. So that is 13 plus 20, 12 plus 8. So that is 33%. Okay. And here 74, 75, 76 is going to be 29 plus 18. So that is 47%. Right? Are the numbers making sense? Yes. Okay, so I need absolute numbers, right? So 33% of 1500 and 47% of 2000. Okay, so for 43% of 1500 is going to be 33 into 15, and here's going to be 47 into 20. So this number is going to be 5, 4, and 495, and this number is going to be 94, 0. Okay, so I need to add them up, or what do I have to do with this? Combined. Okay, so I just add them up. What do I get? 3, 1, 4, 3, 5. 1, 4, 3, 5. Answer choice D. Okay, this is a little tricky to understand the graph first of all, and the calculation is also a little bit calculation intensive, so be very careful in this one. Okay, question 24. If school X purchased 300 textbook in 1971, uh, and all of the textbooks either were counted in the inventory or had been discarded before the inventory, okay, what percent of the textbook had been discarded? Oh, interesting question. Okay, so what happened? Let's understand the scenario. The school purchased, X school purchased 300 textbooks in 1971, and all of these textbooks were either counted in the inventory or had been discarded before the inventory. Okay, so what would this mean? 300%. First of all, let's find out what is the number according to the graph. 1971 school X is 10%, that means 150. Okay, so they, according to the graph, in 1971 150 books were purchased. Okay, but here it is saying 300. Okay, so what must have happened to the other 50, other 150? So out of those 300, they were counted, 150 were counted, and 150 remaining were discarded. had been discarded. What percent of the textbook had been discarded? 150 were discarded out of 300 purchased. 50% were discarded. 50% were counted. Answer choice C. Okay. Quite tricky to understand the scenario. Okay. I'm liking this graph so far. Okay. Quite different from the type of graph that we have been solving. Okay. Question 25. Which of the following statements can be inferred from the graph? X has a smaller enrollment than Y. Enrollment. I don't have any enrollment data. I have only textbook data. But can I derive anything about enrollment? I mean, if I have more textbook, does that mean a school has more enrollment? Maybe, maybe not. So I'm not sure about this. I don't think I can derive this. So let's say this is false. If the age of a book is the number of years since purchase, okay, then the average arithmetic mean age of the book in school Y inventory is less than X inventory. So what is the average in X inventory? What is the average in Y inventory? Then we'll see which one is less. Okay. How do we calculate the average inventory if the average is purchased? Okay. Let's look at the graph. Mm, Average age. Okay. I can calculate this, but that's very difficult to calculate because you'll have to take the averages of all this. So for example, 15% of these. Okay, first of all, are they talking about uh, everything can be done in percentages? They are not talking about absolutes. So I'll have to do 15%. The age of that is what? 6 years. Then 10% the age of 5 years. Then 19% age is 4 years. Like that, I'll have to calculate. Okay, so I'm just trying to see if there's a trick here. Okay, let's split this before, let's say, this point. Okay, so what do I get? I get 25 9. Okay, see here, I see that most of these, the numbers here are in the let's say if I split the graph here. Okay, before 1973 and after 1973, I see that for school X, most of the books are coming before 1973. Whereas here, most of the books are coming after 1973. How do I know that? I can just calculate 90 till the percentage till 1973. For X, what is that percent? 15 plus 10, that is 25 plus 19, so that's 44. 44 plus 23. Okay, so that is 67. 67% is before 1974. 74. Okay, and for Y, that number is 12 plus 8, 20 plus 13, 33 plus 20, 53. 53% is coming before 1974. So if I look at half of that period, most of the books are quite older in X than in Y. That means the arithmetic mean average is going to be the average age for this is going to be much older. For X is going to be much older. Uh, so what is let's look at how this is framed. Be careful. Average age uh, in Y is less than in X. That is true. Okay, because Y has relatively higher ratio of newer books. Okay, so age is less. That is correct. So this is true. This was quite it required a little bit of jugglery. Okay, I wouldn't recommend you do this question by solving mathematically, in the sense that do all these calculations that we just avoided. Okay, the graph had to be skewed for this kind of a question. It has to be some logical way of getting around that question. Okay, according to the inventory, school X and school Y purchased the same number of textbooks in 1976. Is that correct? So this guy is purchasing 8%, 8%. No, not same number, same percentage, but not same number, because 8% of 1500 is going to be less than 8% of 200, 2000, right? So that is not true. Sorry, going the other way around. Okay, this is false. So only 2 is what I'm able to derive. Answer choice C. Okay, overall this was quite some graph. I like this. Okay, question 26. If two-thirds of the number of women attending a certain dance is equal to one half of the men attending. Okay, two-thirds of the men attending. What fraction of attending are women? Interesting. Okay, let's see. But this is all attending, right? Everything is attending. So let's say there are W women and M men. What fraction of attending are women? So I am supposed to find out W by M plus W. Okay, two-thirds of the number of women attending a certain dance is equal to two-thirds of W is equal to half of M. Okay, so that means, can I pick some number here to make this equal? Okay, so let's say 4W is equal to 3M. All right, 4W is equal to 3M. So let's say there are 3 women attending, 4 men attending. Sorry, 4 men attending. Okay, two-thirds of the women attending, two-thirds, that will be 2, which will be half of number of men attending. That would also be 2. Okay, so this ratio will work, or it could be 30-40 also. Okay, then what fraction of those attending, that means out of these 7, what fraction is women? That is 3. The number fraction is 3 by 7. 3 by 7. Answer choice B. Okay. Again, I'm liking this test because these questions are quite trickily worded. Okay, you have to be very careful. The answer is going to be 3 by 7. Okay, question 28. This is going to be R. This is going to be R if this is 60 degree and these two are isoscalars. This angle is also going to be equal. This angle also going to be equal. Those two together are going to make 120 degrees. Okay, that means they all have to be 60, 60, 60. Correct. This is same as this, and they have to make up 120. So both have to be 60, 60, and this is anyway given to be 60. Okay, so it's an equilateral triangle with R. So this is also R. All right. If the figure in the figure above, O is the center of the circle. If AB is equal to 10, so R is equal to 10. The area of the circle pi R square is equal to 100 pi. Right? Very easy. Question 28. How many of the positive integers less than 25 are 2 less than an integer multiple of 4? Oh, interesting. Okay. How many positive integers less than 25 are 2 less than integer multiple? Okay, let's see if there is a pattern. How many positive integers less than 25? So all these are positive integers less than 25. Let's see if we are able to find a pattern. Is this 2 less than a multiple of 4? Okay, uh, I got that right. See, if I look at all the positive integers less than 25, so I'll have 25 possibilities. Okay, instead of that, let's just look at all the multiples of 4 first. That is 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Okay, and then I go out of bound, right? The bound is only till 25. Okay, let's subtract 2 from there. 2 less than integer. Okay, so what do I get? I get 22, 18, 14, 10, 6, 2. Okay, uh, even if I compare all these 25 numbers, okay, these are the only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the only 6 numbers that will match this condition, right? Correct. So I'm just going from the point of constraint so that I reduce the possibility that I have to evaluate, right? You could have done it from this way also. You would have got the same answer. So this is going to be 6, right? Answer choice E. Okay, let's look at question 29. If 7x minus 4y is equal to minus 1 and 3x plus 5x plus 3y is equal to 52, then x minus y is equal to what? Okay, is there a way I can get x minus y directly? It's not easy to see. The best way is going to be to solve this. So what can I solve? This is minus and this is plus, so it will be easy if I get multiply this by 3, so I get minus 12y. multiply this by 4, I get plus 12y, and then I can just add these two equations. Okay, so let's do that. Let's multiply this equation by 3. So I get 21x minus 12y is equal to minus 3, right? Okay, multiply this equation by 4. So I get 20x plus 12y is equal to this to be multiplied by 4. So that is 208. Let's add them up. I get 41x, or this will get cancelled, is equal to 205. So x comes out to be 5. Okay, that's great. Now let me put it here. So 7x, so that means 7 into 5 minus 4y is equal to minus 1. So 35 minus 4y is equal to minus 1. Let me get y on this side, minus 1 on this side. So I get 36 is equal to 4y. Y is equal to 9. All right. So x minus y is going to be 5 minus 9. 5 minus 9 is minus 4. Answer choice A. Okay. We can also verify this if this is correct. So this is the equations will be 35 minus 36 is equal to minus 1. So this is correct. This is 25 plus 27 is equal to 52. This is also correct. So as many x and y values are correctly calculated, so x minus y is minus 4. Okay. All right. Question 30. The floor of a company's storage room has an area of 20,000 square feet. Okay. Let's say this is the room, area of 20,000 square feet. If the floor is in the shape of a square, okay, interesting. So this is shape of a square, not a rectangle, and the area is 20,000. Shape of a square, approximately how many feet long is each side? Okay, so right, so let's say this is x feet long, x. So x square is equal to 20,000. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what is the value of x? All right, so x, if I take the root on both sides, what do I get? So there are 4 zeros here, right? So the only 2 zeros will remain, and then root of this is 100 basically, and then root of 2, which is going to be 1.4 times 100. So 140, 140, correct. Answer choice A. That's the closest. Okay, let's do it 140 into 140. Let's do it this way because just to verify, 14 14s is going to be 196, right? So that is close to 20,000. Okay, that is the closest. Otherwise, these numbers are also fairly big, so the answer has to be 140. Answer choice A. All right, so I found this to be uh, a little different from the other tests in the sense that the graph was significantly different. It took us some time to understand the graph. Some of the other questions also mathematically to solve those was pretty straightforward, but to understand what needs to be done, to understand the scenarios, to understand the language, it required a bit of an effort, more effort than what average effort we have seen in the previous tests. So that was my take on this. I hope you have been solving along and getting most of the questions right. Again, as I said in one of the previous videos also, that real value is uh, not so much in getting a particular question right. The real value is when you get it wrong or any question wrong, understand why you got it wrong, either conceptually or because of some silly mistake or because of something that you missed in the question. And that's where the real value lies, because then you realize what is it that is preventing you from getting that high score. So I hope you have been sort of looking at your own attempt in that light, trying to uncover your patterns of mistakes and things like that, right? As and not just looking at the solutions, because that is pretty straightforward. Right, so that's my take on this. I'll see you in one more video that I'll shoot in a couple of days. Happy GRE.